It's like Martin Luther King Jr. said, it doesn't mean that we need to like all these people. We just need to love them. There are a lot of people who I'll probably never like. I'll probably never like the people who picket funerals of dead soldiers carrying signs that say God hates fags. I'll probably never like those people. I'll probably never like the neo-Nazis, skinheads, who go around and think that they're part of a super race just because they were born white. But I believe we are called to try to love them in the sense that we keep our hearts open to even to them, so that they do not end up making us in their image, so that they don't end up getting us to start dehumanizing others, even them. Because as soon as we dehumanize another, we've lost our own precious humanity. And dehumanizing begins with judging, and it usually comes out of fear and misunderstanding. In a speech to the U.S. troops in Bosnia, then President Bill Clinton described it like this. He said, think about what Kosovo is all about. You could think about Northern Ireland, you could think about Israel, you could think about a lot of different places, even places right here. He says, think about what Kosovo is all about. People were taught to hate people who were from a different ethnic group than they were, who worshiped God in a different way. They started out by being afraid of them and misunderstanding them, and then they came to hate them. And then, after hating them for a good while, they came to dehumanize them. And once you decide that someone that you're looking at is no longer a human being, it's not so hard to justify killing him, or burning them out of house and home, or torturing their children, or doing all the things that you have heard. It all starts with the inability to recognize the inherent dignity and equality of someone who is different from ourselves. Now, I began this morning by reminding us that we better mean it when we say love is the spirit of this church, that we're the friendliest, that we're radically inclusive, or else we're just as hypocritical as anyone reading a creed or professing a belief that they don't truly agree with. And then I talked about how we become practitioners of radical love and acceptance by moving from judgmentalism, which is usually rooted in our fear and misunderstanding. We move to courageous curiosity. And how do we do so? By becoming like the thumb of a hand, helping to unify the world and its differences, being able to relate to all different kinds of people and bring this world together. We do it because we know that by being divided, it's a curse. And by bringing people together, it's a blessing to this world. It's a special blessing that we have a big part to play in if we're willing to take it up. And so we strive to love others, even those who we may not like. And my last point this morning is that the only way we can ever come to truly accept others is if we've already come to fully and honestly accept ourselves. I don't know about you, but I know that when I'm feeling bad and tired and unhappy about myself and my life, I can become one of the most judgmental people in the world. You know, I can see a person one day who has a blue mohawk and piercings all across his eyebrow, and if I'm having a bad day and feeling unhappy and insecure about myself, I can think all kinds of shameful things about him and his parents and his intelligence. But on another day, when I've had enough sleep and I'm feeling happy and somewhat self-assured, and I see that same person walking down the street, I can feel a sense of gratitude for life's incredible diversity and find myself wondering with fascination what gifts he may be bringing into the world. That's how I know in my bones that radical love and acceptance begins with ourselves. We have to be able to take care of ourselves. We have to be able to accept ourselves, even with our flaws, even with the things we sometimes feel ashamed of, the mistakes we make, the failures we have, the shortcomings that we all deal with. Incarnation is about embodying our high ideals within the challenges and the constraints of our current reality. It's probably not something that we can do every moment, every day, but rather something that we need to keep striving towards and practicing at, even when it seems improbable and when we feel inadequate to live up to the task. We are called to keep trying, to clothe these divine principles in our own mortal imperfection, so that our words become flesh and thus come to walk among us on this earth. God bless you.